Congratulations, you finally made it to 4 p.m. You know what that means. Happy hour. It's time to kick back, relax, and dive into the world of sports with the Young and Norvelle Show. Whether you're catching up on the latest scores, analyzing the big plays, or gearing up for tonight's games, we've got you covered. So grab a cold one, settle in, and let's talk sports. Here they are, Patrick Young and Terry Norvelle.
All right, we've got a lot to get to today on a Hump Day edition, the Young and Norvelle Show here on Wednesday, cruising along until 6 o'clock. Glad you're hanging out with us. We will cover a gamut of different sports topics, including we'll talk to Brent Beaird about some college football news and notes, including we'll get back into the ticket prices and where the fan in the stadium is getting pushed to. We'll talk about that as we go today. Dr. Aaron Bates will join us from Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Unfortunately, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about with regard to injuries around the world of sports. We do it on Wednesdays about 5 o'clock. Dr. Aaron Bates. Patrick Young should join us here anytime. You never know with Pat. He's moving and grooving, but Pat will jump up here on the program soon. We will get a lot of Jaguar talk. I'm going to start now jumping on the local media. My buddies, my friends, they're doing it again, and you fans are falling for it again. I'm going to try and put some levity, some calmness to the Jaguars football team going into the 2025 season. You can follow me, you can believe me, you can listen to me, or you can jump on the fluffy local Jaguar media guys that do the same thing every single offseason, and they lead you down generally the same false path every season, and about mid-season, you're pissed off, they become pissed off, and then they get all tough, high, and mighty. No, you're not going to get it to do it again. I'm exposing you. I've exposed you. I'll tell you why they're doing it again this season. We'll talk Jaguars. In honesty, I don't like being the guy that has to deliver a tough message, but when the message has to be delivered tough, well, it has to be delivered tough. We'll talk a lot of Jaguars today as we go. All that is a precursor to some injury news out of Gainesville. I don't think it's terrible news, but word out of Gainesville the last couple of hours is hotshot wide receiver, true freshman Dallas Wilson has suffered some type of lower leg injury. It appears, reading different accounts, that Dallas Wilson has been seen in Gainesville with a below the knee cast, a cast below the knee. And let me try and see if I can dig up some stuff here on where it looks like and what it looks like is going on with Dallas Wilson. Highly recruited 5-star, came to Florida late. Everybody thought he was going to Oregon. He made a quick switcheroo and supposedly has dominated. Hell, he played in the orange and blue game because he got in school early and supposedly dominated the orange and blue game. Practices, they're expecting big things from Dallas Wilson are the Gators. The freshman wide receiver, and just some this is just some excerpts from different reporting sources today about Dallas Wilson, the standout wide receiver recruit who is in Gainesville and looking to open up the 2025 season and play a big role in the passing game. Freshman wide receiver Dallas Wilson, a standout for the Florida Gators during spring practice, recently suffered a lower left leg injury during fall camp, not back during spring camp, so this is not a lingering issue from spring. He did participate in the spring. The injury, according to this report and a gathering of reports, the injury occurred in August of 2025, so just right now, basically, during fall camp ahead of the Gators season opener. Multiple outlets, including Gator Country and CBS Sports, report that the issue involves the lower part of his leg. Wilson is currently wearing a hard cast below the knee and is expected to be sidelined for a couple of weeks, according to team and media reports. Again, let me read this last paragraph here. Dallas Wilson is currently wearing a hard cast below the knee and is expected to be sidelined for a couple of weeks, according to team and media reports. Well, lo and behold, there are a couple of weeks, 2 or 3, 3-ish weeks or so, before the first game, 3.5 weeks, And frankly, game one is not a all hands on deck game against Long Island. Game two, South Florida, a little more of a pressing game, but that's probably not an all hands on deck game as well. Could you buy a couple weeks there? You certainly would like A, Dallas Wilson healthy. Duh. B, you certainly don't want Dallas Wilson to run out on the field for the first time ever in a real Florida Gator game wearing his real Florida Gator uniform at night for the first time, game 3 in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I mean, it's doable, but man, wouldn't you like to have Dallas Wilson get 2 or 3 catches in the opener and another 2 or 3 or 4 in the second game, and then get on that bird and head to Baton Rouge? So we'll ask Dr. Bates about it as well. Is there anything, and I'm writing Dallas Wilson by Dr. Bates, his notes, we'll get to him about 5 o'clock. Is there anything to be gleaned, good, bad, pro or con, from a cast below the knee, not including the knee, which I guess that rules out MCL and ACL. Now, calf, Achilles, heel, bones in the foot. I guess all of that would be in play, but I would imagine if medical personnel has put Dallas Wilson in a cast on his, lower left leg, and it is below the knee and down to or through the foot, that would rule out anything knee injury, quad injury, hamstring injury, on and on and on. Obviously, just working the human anatomy up from the knee. Now, that doesn't mean there couldn't be something going on with, the UCL is in the elbow. The ACL, MCL are in the knee, but this is below the knee, so we would think that would rule those out. Patella, anything like that. Calf, certainly in play. I don't know if you would, it sounds like hard cast. I don't know if you would yeah. Wilson is currently wearing a hard cast below the knee and is expected to be sidelined for a couple of weeks. I don't know, we can ask Dr. Bates in a little bit, if it was a calf situation, which basically is a muscle, right? A muscle and a fleshy area. I don't know if you would you put a hard cast on a fleshy area in terms of your treatment might include massage, and I don't know, it may include some type of submerging in warm water, massage water. I don't think you would do all that with a Casey, Kurtz. Do you have any insight on that? I mean, I would think we rule out some things if it's a hard cast below the knee. Wouldn't we be able to just common sensibly rule out some things?
I mean, maybe, but I mean, if he has a hard cast below the knee and it's not fleshy related, if he broke his leg, that's a problem.
I don't say that.
I mean, it's just the reality of it.
I'll say that, Casey. Who brought you on just then? Oh, I did. How you doing, man? Boy, I hear some rumbling outside. What's going on out there?
Yeah, sounds like rain.
Yeah, sounds like. I'll take it. I will.
This window doesn't open back here, so I have no idea.
Yeah. Oh, God bless you. I will. I'll take it. We'll try. So anyway, Dallas Wilson injured to some degree. We'll have to have some more reports the next several days. That's bad news. Good news, we've got 3.5 weeks. You've got 3.5 weeks really before everybody kicks off in college football. So we will see. I'm concerned now with the Jaguars. I've been concerned. I don't think the Jaguars are going to be very good. I hope I'm wrong. I've been consistent. I think we got Patrick Young on. Pat, you there?
I'm here.
Hey, buddy. How are you?
Good, brother.
Just got the Dallas Wilson news. He's banged up a little bit. Got a hard cast below his knee. Expected to be out, the Gator wide receiver, for a couple of weeks. But it doesn't sound – they don't really tell you what it is. But it doesn't sound like it's anything earth-shattering. Reports say they think he'll be back by the start of the season. So little bit of shake-up news out of Gainesville.
As long as we got Eugene Wilson, I think we're
Yeah.
fine. He missed the majority of the year from the beginning. He was like a non-factor.
Yeah, and don't forget, they're not opening with Miami this year like they did last year. They're opening with Long Island, so you might buy yourself an extra week or two with Long Island.
Aren't you tired of those games?
Yeah, they need to go away. College football has officially, and they probably did this 10, 15 years ago, but it is a blinking red light now, Pat, that college football has really outgrown. You don't need Florida playing Long Island. Right? You just don't need Texas playing North Texas State. Right?
It's the same argument we should have with in regards to bowl games.
Yeah, it's way too big now.
Who was the kid? He was a good quarterback out of Ole Miss before Jackson Dart.
Yeah,
he was a solid quarterback before Jackson Dart, and he played in the bowl game and broke his ankle or something like that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Matt Corral.
Matt Corral. Good job, Casey. Good pull. Yeah, but we have college football now is such a major industry in our country, and bar none, it's the number 2 popular sport in our country. NFL 1, college football 2.
Absolutely.
Then Major League Baseball, NCAA basketball. I don't know what's after that, but right now the NFL is the NFL. Forget number 1. Everybody knows that.
Especially, look, we can't treat all sports the same. That's the problem. If it was baseball, I don't think we would bat an eye at it and say, okay, it's not a contact sport.
Yeah.
Basketball, you might say, okay, did we really need to put this team on the schedule?
Yeah.
But football just doesn't make sense to me, especially when, you're always one play away.
Yeah.
From your entire season changing.
It being wrecked.
One play away.
And wouldn't you rather, and I know it doesn't totally matter, but if you're one play away from your star player or players getting wrecked in your season, if you're Texas, wouldn't you rather that be against Oklahoma than North Texas State?
Great example, Terry. Glad you brought that up. The most recent, most prevalent case of this, Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah.
He said there was no way I was not going to play in that game to win a championship. No one is going to say, yeah, you shouldn't have did that. You shouldn't have tried to go out there. Obviously, this is very unfortunate. He got injured and he's going to miss the next season.
Yeah.
There's no guarantee he'll ever be in an NBA Finals again.
Absolutely.
Hope he's going to come back to full health because that Achilles, man, that's a monster.
Yeah.
That's a hell. I'm glad I never went through that.
I know.
But I just heard that's a tough injury.
I can remember when I was younger, and even in this business, and we're talking 20, 25 years ago, getting started in this business, I can remember hearing that, and it's a funny word. When you see it spelled out, it's funny. Achilles, and just, the pronunciation of it. I can remember 20, 30 years ago, you would hear occasionally the Achilles, I didn't even really know what it was. It wasn't.
Did you hear plantar fasciitis?
Yeah,
I feel like that's one that's
popped up out of nowhere. Yeah, plantar fasciitis, and I'll tell you the classic one, the classic injury in sports that popped up in my professional broadcasting. Now, we'll say once I got in the business, probably I'm 60 now. I hate to admit it, but I'm 60 now. I got in the business somewhere between 25 and 30 years old, 25, 27, 28, 29. I got in the business. And the injury for me when I first got in the business that popped up, and I had never heard it was a new invention, was the high ankle sprain. All of a sudden, a million people would get ankle sprains. Then all of a sudden, in the early 90s somewhere, somebody decided to call it.
They categorized it.
The high ankle sprain. I'm like, where did this come from?
It's interesting because they never say mid ankle sprain or low ankle sprain.
High
it's
ankle
just like
sprain.
Sprained ankle or high ankle sprain. One of the two.
Yeah. Yeah, the hot and man, you don't hear that phrase that often anymore.
No.
But man, there was a 15-year run, and if you heard high ankle sprain, you went, "Uh-oh, our guy's out for a while." Almost like the Achilles thing now. The Achilles is kind of taking over the high ankle. Where the hell? What happened to the high ankle sprain? I don't know. Pat.
Won't that person get rich? The one that can figure out how to
Yeah.
completely prevent ankle sprains.
One of the other mysteries in my life, and nobody can tell me this, everybody that I know that's in my same age group concurs with me. Whatever happened? What the hell happened? Where the hell are the summer fireflies? When I was a kid, when I was running around at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, barefoot, dirty. I had Kool-Aid around my mouth. My hands were filthy from playing all day. I was barefoot. I'd been running around. I might have gotten tricked to come inside to eat a little bit of dinner. It was summertime, man. I would run back out once it turned dark. All the kids would be out. We would bring out mason jars. You know what a mason jar is, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And during the summer, when it got dark, there would be fireflies there. And you'd catch fireflies in the mason jar, and you'd watch them light up. They're different. Do you ever remember what happened to the fireflies?
I just looked it up. Light pollution, pesticides, loss of habitat.
No.
We know that one.
Oh, no. We
climate
killed the
change,
firefly.
Decline in food sources. They eat slugs, snails, and other invertebrates.
We killed the firefly off, didn't we?
Killed the firefly off.
Goodness gracious. And we haven't killed the high ankle sprain. We've just moved it to the Achilles, I guess.
Yeah. Maybe.
I don't
Maybe.
I don't know. How you doing, man? What's new? How's your day? What's going on?
Did you get any rain today?
We're getting on. I haven't gotten anywhere I'm at, and I've been on the move a little bit.
Yeah.
We're getting some. I'm at the station right now. We're getting some real thunder boomers.
Okay. Yeah, we got.
Let it rain,
my
baby.
parents' house on the north side, and yeah, definitely the thunder came before, or the lightning came first, and then man, it was raining sideways for a second.
Really? Come down, huh? Woo!
And now on this side of town, it's beautiful.
Yeah. Isn't that funny how that works, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Funny how that works. Boy, you're starting to hear some bad things from Jaguar camp. I mean, if you want to start with the defensive interior on the defensive line, I mean, Armstead looks like it looks like Armstead, who's getting moved inside, it looks like he's done next to nothing. Injury, whatever. Mason Smith hasn't been cleared to practice yet, right? I mean, this guy's 23, 24 years old. Are you telling me he can't get in shape? It doesn't appear to be an injury. It appears to be he's just not in shape. The Jaguars' defensive line, I think, and I have never bought into them. I think they're going to be bad.
His ass running out there during practice.
I guess not a good sign. I don't think they're very good anyway. Offensive line wise, man, it sounds like people that are around that program are really concerned, and I think they should be. I don't think their offensive line is worth a damn, but this is a long-winded way of saying, and I'm going to keep saying I told you so until I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'll be happy to tell you I was wrong. But I'll tell you one thing. It appears this football team is not going to be very good. Yeah. I'm not surprised. I didn't expect them, or I don't expect them to be very good off of last year. 4-13, I don't know. Do they win 6, 7 games? Maybe. I think they still got a bunch of holes. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to rue the day that they don't, on this roster right now as we speak, they should have either the big defensive lineman Graham or the big offensive lineman Campbell. I would feel a lot better if they had tried to plug one of those major on-the-line holes, and they didn't. And they went for sexy. And I'm not saying that Travis Hunter's not going to be a star player, but I can see this guy accounting for 15, 18 touchdowns on a 6-win team. And where are you at then? If that happens, if we get to the end of the 25 season and the Jaguars have bumped up their win total from 4 to 6. Yet Travis Hunter accounted for 15, 16 touchdowns. Are they any better off, Patrick? Because there's no
Hunter account for that many touchdowns. I mean, I don't think we only have 6 wins.
You think?
I think we have more than 6 wins for sure.
Okay. Well, what if he's the only guy that can score?
I would put at minimum 8.
And then you look up. I think what's going to kill the Jaguar fan, they just don't realize you sold the mortgage last year. There's no way to get any better next year. So are you telling me they're going to be a spit-polished shine team winning 11, 12, 13 games?
No way they're going to get better. Let's see. Let's see. In Gladstone, they drafted a lot of and grabbed a lot of just guys that we don't know if they're actually any better. But I want to play on the good side. Maybe they know something we don't know, Terry. Maybe. I want you got to hold on to something for hope. And hey, my buddy, you'll think this is hilarious.
Okay.
I was in West Palm Beach this past weekend. Buddy from high school, we went to Paxton together. Pretty cool that we're still friends, stayed in touch. Oh man, he's such a clown. Dang, I lost the story.
I've done that before. Something about the Jaguars and being bad.
Well, okay, yeah, thank you. Yeah. So
be good.
I hadn't seen him in a while, but he said, "Hey, look at what this guy got me for my birthday," and he pulls out a Jaguars jersey,
right?
And on the name it says "Sad since '95"
on the back.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
Sad since '95. He's gonna wear it with pride until the Jaguars do otherwise for him consistently.
That is that is terrible. Oh my goodness. By the way, the Steelers come to town on Saturday for a fake game, right? One of their draft choices at quarterback, Will Howard, he's been ruled out. So you're going to see Mason Rudolph and or Skylar Thompson and or maybe one more injury. Maybe Aaron Rodgers has to play a little bit.
Wow.
How bad is that?
Anybody but Skylar Thompson. I mean, he got a shot with Miami.
Yes, he did.
Oh, my gosh.
Hey, and remember our topic either yesterday or the day before, and I've hit this a million times. The NFL is nowhere near expanding. I mean, they're signing guys like here's your quarterback pool for expansion. Tyler Huntley just signed.
Yeah, because the Browns,
Teddy Bridgewater just signed. The Steelers roll in with Mason Rudolph and Skylar Thompson. That right there tells you the NFL has no chance of expanding until they find out a way to produce better. You know how bad the product would look right now if you tried to field teams next year in Frankfurt and Rome and Paris and London.
If there's going to be an expansion, it can't be over there. It can't be.
Hey, it can't be even here. Can you imagine San Antonio and Orlando getting expansion franchises? And
I could see having a team in Canada.
Well, huh? I think you're missing my point. The location is not the issue. It's the level
Quality.
Of quarterback play.
Quality, yeah.
Do you know how bad the product would look if you tried to run out a team in San Antonio and Montreal and your quarterbacks, unless something crazy happens, your quarterbacks would be Skylar Thompson and Mason. That's bad football to watch, man.
I know.
They got to figure out a way to get better quarterback play or they'll never expand.
And a lot of it, though, is sometimes it might just be where you end up getting drafted. Like,
you think?
Oh, without a doubt. There's plenty of guys I wonder if they're drafted. I mean, let's how about this one? Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
You think if he gets taken to an organization that actually is like all bought in on his style of play and everything, like, his career could have been complete. I wonder if he would have left after his junior year instead of his senior year.
Maybe
because he would have gotten drafted a lot higher.
He's
one guy I thought about.
So you make a good point. What if the league, as Tebow was playing his third season at Florida, what if the NFL was already, and it wasn't, but what if it was already Tim Tebow friendly?
Yep.
And I mean by what you just said, his style of play. If the league was 10 years into Tebow's style of play, yeah, he may have taken off. He may have taken off. There's two guys, the two guys in our neighborhood that I'll go to my grave wishing I could see what really happened with these guys in NFL, and they were way ahead of their time in NFL years. Tim Tebow and Charlie Ward.
Oh yeah,
Charlie Ward coming out right now.
He's Cam Ward.
He might have changed. He might have chased the NBA just from I don't want to get hit standpoint. But Charlie Ward would have had to turn down a lot of money in the NFL today versus nobody took him serious because the NFL quarterback didn't play like he played 25 years ago. Now they do.
Though, I can't wait to see in 10, 20 years, what kind of thing are we just blatantly unaware of? Because we can look back and say at those guys and say, why did it take them so long to pick up on the game and change, et cetera?
Sure.
But what's that blind spot going to be for us? I mean, look, one of the greatest stories I learned in recent years was Spurrier just being so against the shotgun.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was Florida State kicking their butt where he
finally, couldn't block him he couldn't block him enough to get his passes off, which chapped his ass, and he said, I've got to give my quarterback an extra half second.
Yep.
And now, a little bit of it was Spurrier was stubborn. All of his passing routes and his passing trees, because of when he played the game, the shotgun wasn't really prevalent. All of his offense was based off of a 3, a 5, or a 7-step drop. And, if depending on the route that you're trying to throw the ball, if it's a deeper route, that's a 7-step drop. Right. You take step number 6, number 7, plant, and throw. Well, the shotgun, you got to change everything because you're already 5 yards back. So I think it's a little different than just saying, hey, guys, we're going to the shotgun. Well,
I don't think a lot of guys don't even from the shotgun. They just set their feet. There is no backpedaling.
Yeah, but in the old Spurrier system, by the time his quarterback took 7 cross steps, dropping back, by the time he took his 7th, that 17-yard out was timed up, right? Yeah. Well, you got to go through some repetitions to practice. All of a sudden, when does the quarterback throw it? He's already 5 yards deep. Does he count? Does he take no? Yeah. So there's a lot more to it, and but he finally changed because he finally figured out if my quarterback can throw the ball, we've got a chance. If he gets sacked with the ball, we have no chance of completing a pass. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So what do they call that? Necessity breeds invention or whatever?
Probably.
Yeah.
Desperation, innovation.
Yeah. How about that? How about me going there, Pat? How about that?
That's great cool. Hey, have you been keeping up with this Cowboys Micah Parsons stuff?
Oh, man. I haven't followed it in about a week or so, but I know it got ugly early and quick. Jerry Jones and Micah Parsons. What's the latest? Anything new?
What I've seen is it just seems as though Micah is not practicing. He's there. Right. He's not participating in any of the drills. He looks pissed.
Really?
He looks so angry. And I mean, what the guys on a national scale are saying is that maybe Jerry Jones thought this was going to be a done deal.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, did we lose Patrick? We may have lost Patrick. I'll fill in until he.
But he's never taught. Apparently, there's been little discussion.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I followed this a little bit until Patrick gets back in a better area. What I've noticed in this thing, Micah Parsons, I think, was 2 weeks ago. Patrick, we lost you there for a second, and I'll let you get back into your thought process. What I saw and heard from Parsons 2 weeks ago or so, I thought he was saying all the right things a player is supposed to say about, trying to twist the arm a little bit. I thought Parsons was in the lane. I thought Jerry Jones got way out of the lane. I thought he sounded crazy a couple times a couple weeks ago. Oh, did we lose Pat again? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I know Pat had some good stuff there, so we may get back to that. But, boy, the Jerry Jones, and I'm not an ageist. I keep qualifying this when I say it. I'm not an ageist, but I'm telling you, man, I've seen Jerry Jones because we're now in NFL preseason, serious coverage football season. I'm like you guys. I've seen Jerry Jones recently, within the last 2 weeks or so. I've seen him on national outlets with cameras and microphones in front of him, and there have been multiple times where I'm like, man, I'm not sure this guy's in all of his faculties. Casey, have you seen any of Jerry Jones the last couple weeks and some of his comments about the Micah Parsons stuff?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, he, I mean, I don't want to get this thing political, but I mean, he's been, and this is just me, I may be way off, Casey, you may not agree with me, Pat may not. There were 2 or 3 times I snapped my head around at home watching and cooking dinner or whatever, and I went to the TV. I went, what did he just say? Jerry Jones has been coming off as Joe Biden last summer-ish. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's been bad.
And I'm not going to complain at the reporters. Jerry Jones, and it's fine with me. He owns the team. He owns the freaking team. He owns the building. He writes the checks. He feels like he has to be at every practice. And guess what? Jerry Jones at practice will attract. He will attract cameras, and he will attract microphones. Pat, are you back?
I hope so. I don't know what happened.
Yeah. Finish your thoughts. I gave my thoughts on. I think Micah Parsons has been saying the right kind of stuff that you're supposed to say. You got to be a little firm, and I think his agent has coached him up. I think the Jerry Jones narrative has been almost, is this guy senile? I've been worried about Jerry Jones. Pick it up. You were saying something.
What gain, Terry, does this make any sense?
I don't know, man.
What does he have to gain? I mean, literally, it's bad for Micah and it's bad for the organization that Micah put all that stuff out there on how it's been going.
Yeah.
And you want to say, oh, this is just regular negotiation stuff. Look, it can be preventable.
Yeah.
I don't understand. And yes, I do believe that. Actually, I don't know how firm, but there's 50-50 chance Micah gets his deal and he's playing week 1. But again, why?
Yeah.
Why go through all of this?
Yeah. Yeah. And man,
get it done ASAP. I mean, the dude wants to be a Cowboy, wants to have a great year. Like he loves football.
Yeah.
He more than likely is like, I can't believe we're here. And that I had to like do something that's out of my character.
I agree. I'm sure
that's where he's at.
It is almost. It's funny you said that. I think he said some strong things, Micah Parsons, but I think he said what you're supposed to say. He's been coached up by his agent,
right?
And I'm with you. I think his agent. And I think this is what the agent's supposed to. He might have twisted Micah's arm a little bit. I don't think Micah's his natural instinct would have been go that hard. But I didn't I didn't think Micah Parsons stepped across the line anywhere near as bad as Jerry Jones. Sounds crazy. They need to get the microphone and camera away from him, I think.
But how do you do it, Terry?
I don't know.
He's the owner.
I know.
It's got to come from the family.
I know. Yes.
It has to come from Steven. And how hard of a conversation is that to have with your freaking dad?
Gotta be hard.
Dude.
Gotta be hard.
I am like, this is honestly going to be one of the biggest sports stories when that day comes.
Yeah.
When Jerry Jones decides to relinquish and just enjoy it, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe just be like, you're still the president, you're still the owner, but like, you float around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Enjoy the kids, because I'm sure he's got plenty of grandkids. Like, it just reminds me so much of a movie I saw years ago where this billionaire, his he makes all his money in trading or something, but like one of the richest men in the world,
Right.
one of his grandkids get kidnapped. And through it, his greed is like revealed to be so great. Like, because the mom of the grandkids, she was like, would you give up anything to try and save your grandkids? And he's like, no.
Really?
He's like, no. And then like he's looking at these papers, looking at the numbers, and she's like, how much money do you need? And he says more. He says more.
Come on, Gramps.
Multi-billionaire.
Come on,
and
Gramps.
That is obviously, it's based off a true story. And it reminded me of that because Jerry Jones,
Gramps.
Yes, I'm sure he would love to have another Super Bowl. But is that Super Bowl at this age more valuable than the time you had with your family?
Yeah, I'm with you. And the last thing I want, some people will enjoy what I'm going to describe. I don't want it because I'm not a slow down and look at a car wreck guy. That's just never been my thing. The last thing I want is, and I see this coming, I don't want Jerry Jones to have a massively embarrassing moment on camera. Camera where he's just almost stroke-like and he's rambling and
or just screaming at somebody.
And it feels like we're not that far away with him.
I tell you what, I think every time I see him in an interview, I always think he's agitated and just one comment away.
Yeah.
From ripping somebody's head off.
When he started a couple weeks ago, Parsons is holding out, but even if we sign him, that doesn't mean we'll have him the whole year. Any player could get hit by a car and killed, and you're like,
he said that?
Yeah, it was a really weird stuff. And I started going, did he just? Yeah, his analogies and stuff. You're going, oh boy, we may need to take the keys away from Grandpa.
Yeah,
I'm not sure Grandpa can drive anymore.
Wow.
But you said it. Until something verifiable happens, he owns the team, he owns the stadium, and he writes the checks.
I know, yeah. He writes the checks.
It's hard to get him out of there.
How are you gonna get somebody to walk away from that $400-something million check a year?
God almighty. Dude. I don't know. Pat, hang tight. We got a neat story came from Gator basketball. Boy, the SEC actual dates and schedule has come out. We'll take a look at who Florida's playing basketball-wise in the SEC. I like it. There's one or two spots I don't like, but I want to get your opinion on Gator basketball SEC style. We know who and when now. We'll talk about that on the other side. It's a Hump Day edition. The Young and Norvelle Show continues after this quick timeout.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
It's been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax Pal.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jax Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jax Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jax Beach.
There's a saying in sports, you can't win them all, but you can win a lot with good folks on your team. Like that one painter, First Coast. It's tough to beat the sun in Florida, so your home fades. It's tough to beat that HOA when they come calling. Beat the sun, beat the HOA with that one painter, First Coast. And it's a good time to do it. Less rain to work around and painting in mild temperatures is perfect. After all, the paint bonds to the surface so much better. Give that one painter First Coast a call at 904-417-3557 or look them up at first-coast.thatonepainter.com. Fast estimate, guidance on color and HOA requirements, and the highest quality job you'll find anywhere. Be a big winner in your neighborhood with that one painter First Coast on your team.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jax, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jax is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jax 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jax 24/7.
All right, back we are. Apropos that we have a shot from Gainesville as some not so good injury news coming out of Gainesville. Welcome back to the Young and Norvelle show here on a Wednesday. I'm live in studio. Patrick Young joining us. We'll talk to Dr. Bates around 5 o'clock. Brent Beaird, I think maybe around 5:30. Pat, real quick to recap before we get to some Gator basketball. Dallas Wilson, reported by multiple outlets, he is running around right now in a hard cast below the knee. Not a lot more information on the five-star receiver who they expect to have a big year. Some reports, I guess, kind of according to the reports source, they think a couple weeks and he'll be back early in the season. Nothing's been reported, but it says a hard cast below the knee. So we'll ask Dr. Bates that I would assume that rules out any ACL, MCL in the knee or patella or anything. It's below the knee.
Right, below the knee.
Does that rule in calf? Does that rule in Achilles? Well,
I wonder if Doc gets annoyed by the ambiguity with some of these injuries.
Yeah. And we'll ask him. Also, Gator news, you may have heard former Trinity running back and Florida current running back Trayon Webb supposedly has had they're calling it now, hamstring cleanup surgery. He had it on Monday, I think. And it said, and I've heard the word ruptured, which sounds bad, and then I've heard the words cleanup. And
I've never heard of hamstring cleanup.
Yeah, you're also hearing this may be only a few weeks, so we'll ask. So I want to get some Gator news and notes injury-wise.
Dr. Bates, don't teach me something today.
Yeah, don't. He might. He might. Hey, Gator basketball. Conference schedule has been released, and I want to go over it with you, Pat, and see if anything jumps out. Yeah, okay. You guys, if you follow college basketball, Pat, you played it. I hate the first one or two conference games because they get buried. They happen right after the turn of the year, right? And I hate it. Okay, here we go. Florida will open up conference play Saturday, January 3rd at Missouri. Okay, what's his name? The coach there's done a nice job at Missouri.
James Gates, yeah. I don't know how good they're going to be next year, though.
I don't either. I can live with that. So that's Saturday. The problem is those games get buried right there with the holiday and football. But so Florida will open up on the road, and every road game is going to be tough because the defending national champions are coming in.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Wouldn't you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're going to have a target on them all year.
Yeah,
they just got to stay together, repeat.
But
do whatever they did last year, repeat.
Yeah,
that team chemistry and culture, repeat it.
But wouldn't you say though, with such a veteran team, and I know there's a couple new guys that may not have played in these type of environments, but not many. With such a veteran team, Gator basketball, I don't think is going to get spooked on the road. I mean, the run they had, they played everywhere last year.
Oh,
everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way after winning the national championship that Coach Golden has he's expecting to win. I guarantee you, he has such a high level of confidence they're going to win every road game. And honestly, I mean, if they have a few losses on the year, I bet you their games that they were all in, it was a close game, the whole game. Yeah. Or, they did have some like the Georgia game. That was an outlier where Georgia just went guns blazing for the first 4 minutes of that game.
Remember that? They couldn't miss.
It was unbelievable. They couldn't miss.
They couldn't miss. I'll say this. I've gone on record, and I'll stand by this. I don't think this year's Florida basketball team will have – I think they'll have 3 or 4 more losses than last year's team. I don't see this year's team going 36-4. I could see this team having a hiccup here and there. I mean, you lose 7 or 8 games, you've had a great year.
That's still a really good year, absolutely. I just, I'm really in the high regard that Alex Condon is going to be consistent for the whole year.
I'm with you.
If he stays consistent, Ruben Chinyelu, when he started, it was the game they had against Wichita State where he was 18 points, 12 rebounds, perfect in the field. Thomas Houck, the X factor, the highest one because he's going to be playing the 3. But looking at the bigs, if those guys have improved, I don't know how many levels or percentage you want to say, but if there's improvement and consistency, which is the most important in health, I mean, it's going to be really hard for any team to beat them.
Really is. I mean,
it's going to be really hard.
They can play right over the top of you if they want to.
Exactly. Micah Hanlogden, 7'1".
He's 7'1". He comes off the bench. Florida's rotation, same as they had last year, except they're all going to be better.
Do you think he's not hungry? He's hungry this year? He played a little bit. But now I'm because I think this is technically his last year.
I think it is.
Kind of sucks that, but one more. I mean, all you need is one good year.
I mean, Florida's going to go really good players, proven players. Here's your front court, as you know. 7'1" Hanlogden, probably off the bench. 6'11" starting center Ruben, Big Roo. 6'10", 6'11", Alex Condon. And 6'9", 6'10", Thomas Houck. That's your front line. And they've all played all the way through the national championship. They all played. How about that? That ain't good? Really, really good. All right, so Gators.
Only guy that didn't was Sam Alexis, and there was no minute. There were no minutes for him.
Here's how good Florida was last year. I always thought Sam Alexis had some game. I thought he was a pretty good basketball player, and he's going to go wherever he transferred. He's going to help out.
I thought he had some game.
I would be fine, and I want you to comment on this. I would be fine this year, Gator basketball, if Sam Alexis was supposed to give them a big year and bunch of minutes, and Denzel Aberdeen. I thought both of those guys were good players.
Man, I don't even want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to see him in that white and blue.
Didn't you love Aberdeen? I loved his attitude. I loved his hustle. I loved his game.
I love that kid so much. And
absolutely.
Look, it's probably wrong for me to change my allegiance or my love for this kid because he made the decision that he made. But just all around character high, hard worker. I just knew it because I knew the process that you can see effort out there. Like a guy that goes in, and I'm talking about from his freshman year. He just made a lot of mental mistakes. Like he hadn't gotten the correct positioning or this or that. Like the game was still a little too fast for him.
Yep.
But his effort was always like whatever minutes he got.
Yep.
And then it was like, I was like, that is my favorite player.
And then unless he had me fooled, and I had to watch him from 100 miles away, unless he had me fooled, he looked like a coach's dream. He looked like a guy that, yes, sir, no, sir, show up, hustle. I'll miss him. I will, provided I don't need Kentucky to lose a game to help Florida. If I'm sitting around Saturday, January 24th, and Kentucky's playing Mississippi State, I hope Aberdeen scores 30 points. I like Aberdeen.
That's nice of you.
I like him.
That's
now,
very nice of you.
Now, when Florida plays, I hope he doesn't hit anything. I hope he's an 0 for 15, right?
Yeah. I concur.
All right, so at Missouri, the game
play well in Kentucky, but he's not even projected to start right now. So that's where you're like, what in the world? What were you thinking, kid?
I'll bet you he finds a bunch of minutes there. I bet you he finds a bunch of minutes at Kentucky. I think. All right, so Gators open up at Missouri Saturday the 3rd. Their next game, Patrick, this is TV-induced. It'll either be the following Tuesday or Wednesday. I think it's TV-induced. January 6th or 7th, they will open up home play against Georgia. So Georgia will come on. They should be 2-0. They should go win at Missouri, and they should certainly beat Georgia at home. Then the following Saturday, how's this for a big game? The following Saturday in Gainesville, game number 3 of conference play, the Tennessee Vols come in, buddy. And that's been a fun series. That's been a fun series the last couple of years.
After Florida kicked their butt last time in Gainesville, I was surprised to see that.
Yeah. So Tennessee rolls in on January 10th.
Tennessee this year.
Yeah. Then January, again, this is a TV situation. Then the following Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on TV, Florida will go to Oklahoma. That's a game they should win.
Yep.
At Oklahoma. January 17th, on a Saturday, they will be on the road at Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's still putting things back together, right? They fired Stackhouse a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And they're still trying to find. So, I know it's a crazy place. You've played there. That's a game the Gators probably should win, right?
It's just a game they absolutely should win. Yeah.
Yeah. Then the following week, after that Saturday at Vanderbilt, their midweek game, again, will be either Tuesday, Wednesday, depending on TV. We're too far out for everything to be picked. LSU will come to Gainesville. LSU, they should beat. LSU is a team in a little bit of a find themselves, right?
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, they should get them.
Hey, man, Tennessee, I'm looking at, man, they didn't do very well with grabbing a point guard to replace Zakai Ziegler.
Yeah, they did get the big high school kid, though, that came late.
Yes.
Ahmet.
He's 6'9". He's 6'9". I'm like looking at the roster to see who's coming in.
You know much about him? He's supposed to be
Troy Henderson. He's a freshman. He's a 3-star recruit. He's not gonna start.
Yeah.
Coming back, no guards.
Yeah.
6'11", 6'9", 6'11", 6'4".
Yeah.
I guess but he's not going to be a point guard. Not at
no.
And Tennessee's probably. I'm not sure if they're going to be that good next year, Terry.
Okay, I'll take that. Yeah, the hot shot kid they got late, Ahmet, I think his name is Amet. But yeah, he's a big guy. He's not a ball handler. Yeah. So that gets us through LSU. January 24th, Saturday. How about this game? And I love it. It's late January, so we'll start thinking basketball. Yeah, the Auburn Tigers, a Final Four rematch. How on fire is the O-Dome going to be on that day? Oh God!
Oh man!
Oh Patrick, we got to be there. Patrick,
Yeah, shoot, if I don't get the game,
you better be working at
Miami here in Jacksonville. I'm gonna write a strongly worded letter to my boss. A strongly worded letter.
Dude, you gotta get some of these games in games.
I get some of these games, yeah, without a doubt. I would love them.
Patrick, I mean,
so easy.
Auburn's probably gonna be good again. I mean, Bruce Pearl's got that thing rolling.
Oh yeah, Bruce Pearl. I'm not making the mistake of doubting him anymore. He has such an eye for talent.
Hey,
I'm glad they got rid of Chad Baker-Mazara.
I'm with you.
I think that kid was just a problem.
Hey, Pettiford came back, and Pettiford scares me. He's a nice player.
Pettiford's going to be special. Yeah. He's the only guy returning.
Really?
Last year. I got this document. It's the SEC basketball roster turnover.
Yeah.
He is the only. Chad Baker-Mazara transferred to USC, so he's there with Eric Musselman.
How about that? The Arkansas guy. Yeah.
So we're looking at Auburn. Let's see. He probably did much better. I think he did much better in the transfer side. He got Keyshawn Murphy from Mississippi State.
Okay.
We got this kid from JUCO, Abdul Bashir, averaged 27.2. So
damn.
Is he going to be a gunner? And then another good one, the kid from UCF, Keyshawn Hall, averaged 18.8 at UCF. So he always gets these guys locked.
He'll have some players.
He probably will have some better high school recruits, though.
Bruce Pearl will have some players. Hey, that wouldn't surprise me, and I know we're 6 months out. That Saturday, January 24th, Florida hosting Auburn in a Final Four rematch, that could be ESPN Game Day.
Yes.
Reese and the boys could roll into Gainesville for that one.
Oh, yeah. If Reese is going to be there, I'm making sure I'm going to be there sometime.
Hey, and you know what? It wouldn't hurt my feelings if that was a noon. I know people want night games. I'd like that to be that noon tip-off. They do the show all morning, and, buddy, they tip that son of a gun off at noon. I'll take that in a heartbeat. All right, so the midweek game after the big Auburn game, Florida will go on the road at South Carolina. They should win that one. South Carolina's kind of piecing it back together. Then how about this? January 31st, Saturday, to close out the month of January, the Alabama Crimson Tide rolls in. Remember, Florida had to play at Auburn and at Alabama last year and at Kentucky.
Yeah.
So those games come back to Florida this year. So the Gators, how about those two Saturdays? Auburn one Saturday and Alabama the next in Gainesville. Is that any good, Pat? Is that any good?
Fantastic. Love that.
Woo.
I'm not sure about Bama, but I'm sure that Nate Oates has done such a fantastic job. He's going to have
I think no,
guys, but they're not going to win in Gainesville. They're not going to win.
You wouldn't think, but it'll be a hell of a fun time. I think Nate Oates is a lot like Bruce Pearl. Nate Oates is going to find him some ball players. He's going to have some basketball athletes, isn't he?
And look at this. If you're a recruit, Terry, and you're getting highly recruited by Virginia, Tony Bennett, and then you're also getting highly recruited by Nate Oates, which style of play do you think is more exciting for you at 18 years old?
You think? You're going to Tuscaloosa so fast?
You're going to Tuscaloosa.
Yeah. So the following Saturday, Florida's at A&M. What a shame that Buzz left. Where did Buzz go? He left A&M. Maryland. Yeah. He went to a real basketball school. A&M should take a step back. Then Florida will have a return game February 10th, 11th at Georgia. How about this? February 14th.
For sure.
February 14th, Saturday, again in Gainesville, the Kentucky Wildcats roll in. So Florida gets Auburn, Alabama, and Kentucky all on a Saturday in Gainesville. That doesn't suck, my man. That does not suck. Then they've got the return game with South Carolina midweek, February 21st on a Saturday at Ole Miss. Ole Miss is a little dangerous. They got a good coach. I like their coach.
Yeah, I met Chris Beaird. It seems like a pretty nice guy.
Yeah, I like him a lot. I think he's a good coach. Hell, I like their old coach, the guy that went to UAB. He went to the broadcasting for a while. I can see I can see him right now. I can't.
Andy Kennedy.
Andy Kennedy. I always liked him. I thought they fired him wrong.
I did as well.
February 25th. That's a Wednesday at Texas. I think Florida should beat Texas. They lost Johnson, one and done. How about Florida's Saturday games, unless I'm reading these wrong. How about late February, Saturday, Gainesville, Arkansas. John Calipari and a Sweet 16 Arkansas team rolls in.
I know, right? Man, this should have been the Elite 18. They should have won that game.
Dude.
But then I think Florida wouldn't have been close against Arkansas to go to the Final Four.
Yeah,
they would have beaten the brakes off
Arkansas. But, I mean, again, Here's Florida Saturday in a run. Auburn, Saturday, Gainesville. Alabama, Saturday, Gainesville. Kentucky, Saturday, Gainesville. Arkansas and Calipari, Saturday in Gainesville. Midweek, Mississippi State. And then they close out the regular season March 7th. And they used to do this all the time, Pat. I think you've got a history of this as well. At Kentucky, March 7th. Yeah.
They said the first time the rivalry's been renewed that they play Kentucky at the last game of the season.
How about that? I love the schedule. I really like the schedule, don't you? For Florida?
Yeah. I mean, just the narratives, one to see what teams are going to be able to bounce back. Like I love to see LSU finally be a team that's relevant.
Yeah, man.
It's a tough place to recruit, but Florida's got to.
LSU's a funny basketball program, if you ask me. LSU, it seems like the last 20, 25 years, they're either competitively good or just they look terrible. There's no middle ground with LSU.
Yeah, I think Coach McMahon's been there 3 years now.
Yeah,
I don't think they've made the tournament. They've won some big games here and there, but
yeah.
Ever making a statement? Absolutely not.
I agree. All right, Pat, we're wrapping up hour number one. We'll take a break, come back. We hope to have Dr. Bates on. Got a lot of stuff, including Dallas Wilson, some degree of a leg injury out of Gainesville. We'll talk a little bit about that, what we know. We'll talk to him about Trayon Webb, the Gator running back. It has had some type of hamstring surgery on Monday. We'll kick that around with Dr. Bates. Unfortunately, injuries are part of sports. Hour two kicking off after this quick timeout right here on the Young and Norvelle Show.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jags Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jags Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jags Beach.
Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University. Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School. Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker's Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Will Olive, Mandarin High School. Go Stangs.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oakleaf High School. Tony Mazzio, Sandwood High School, class of 2002. Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School. Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
The rhythm of my heart is beating like a drum, with We Are Martyr rolling off our tongues. Never will we roam, for we know our place is out. Where the ocean meets the skies, we be sailing. Where the ocean meets the skies, we be sailing.
All right, let's get it back on here as we kick off hour number 2. It is the Young and Norvelle Show. Time to talk some sports medicine with Dr. Aaron Bates from Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, our guy from SOS. Doc, how the heck are you on this, looks like volatile weather Wednesday out there?
Yeah.
I'm doing well.
Good. We're calling a little bit of an audible as some news out of Gainesville has kind of broken in the last couple of hours around a Gator football player, actually a couple of Gator football players. We knew about Trayon Webb, the kid from Trinity High School, who's working his way up the depth chart running back. We're going to talk about his hamstring, had some type of procedure on Monday, but even more recent, 5-star wide receiver Dallas Wilson, a kid that Florida thinks is going to be a star from day one. He got to campus in January. He practiced all spring. He had a great spring. He's supposedly just showing out. Word from a bunch of sources, he has now been seen on campus, doctor, a hard cast below the knee. And that's about all we know. Okay, and this is a bad spot to put you in. Hard cast below the knee. Some reports are saying, whatever this is, minor-ish in nature. They expecting back early season. Game 1, we've got 3.5 weeks. Let's start from the cast. Doctor, does a cast, are Patrick and I being fair if we say, okay, below the knee hard cast, I'm assuming that rules out ACL, MCL, anything knee patella related. Are we correct there?
Correct. And if this is truly a hard cast, because people can think certain things. They may think a splint is a hard cast or a walking boot is a hard cast.
Okay.
But this is truly a hard cast. He may be treated for some type of minor fracture. That's typically what you're in a cast for.
Okay.
Now, where that fracture is or what they're treating, I don't know.
Now, and Pat, jump in when you need to,
What
Pat.
fracture mean? That sounds scary to have a little something in there before going to play football.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a scary word, fracture. Now, hairline, I get you guys can add hairline to it, and I think that lessens it. Is that right?
Well, yeah. When you say hairline, we say non-displaced. So when people think fracture, they think it's always something that's displaced. In the orthopedic world, whether it's just a hairline or the bones are nowhere touching each other, they're still fractures. We call them displaced fractures or non-displaced fractures.
Tell me if I'm on the right or wrong thought process. Hard cast below the knee. We've said that would probably rule out anything knee related, ACL, MCL, patella. Okay, we get it. Below. Would it also possibly rule out anything with the calf muscle? Because wouldn't you want to be able to massage a calf muscle or put stem? Yeah. And if you got a hard calf, would that help eliminate calf muscle a little bit, Doc, or no?
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because typically if you're going to have a calf issue, maybe you're in a boot for a little bit, something you can take on and off, get some treatment for, and all of that.
Right.
Okay, so we're narrowing it down, Patrick.
I think it's probably going to most strongly be that fracture.
And Doc, what are the muscles there in front of the calf? Bones. What are the bones in front of the calf again? The low
tibia and the fibula.
Okay, so gosh, that or would a cast coming up to your knee, not on your knee, but would that happen to a bone break in the foot, or is that too far down for that cast?
No, it could be part of the foot or part of the ankle. It could be a non-displaced fibular fracture.
Okay.
At the ankle.
Right. He wouldn't probably be weight bearing. Do we know if he's weight bearing?
You can weight bear through a non-displaced fracture if it's stabilized in a cast or a walking boot or something like that.
Is there a better fracture to have? Tibia, fibia, those two? Is there I don't know if better is the right word, but you get my point.
Yeah, so the tibia bone is the weight-bearing bone, so you really never want to have a fracture of that. The fibula bone mostly is just for muscle attachments. And so there is another fracture that's just further up on the fibula. Sometimes when you take a direct blow to the side of your leg, you get a fracture there. But again, to be in a short leg cast for that, I would still put somebody in a boot.
Yeah. So with all this said, Doc, could you possibly, for Patrick, for me, for the Gator fans out there, could you say this is no big deal? He's going to be great from day one. He's going to catch probably average 10 passes, a touchdown.
Make him say that.
Is it okay, Doc, to say that after the information I've given you? Is that the diagnosis, Doc? Is that the diagnosis?
You're trying to back me up into a corner, aren't you?
Yeah.
No, I mean, so the other things that could be, he could have a small fracture in his foot, like a non-displaced fracture in the foot, and just trying to protect it, make sure he doesn't do anything stupid with it, and give us some weeks to heal, and then get him out of the cast and start to slowly rehab him.
Yeah.
I got a good one for you, Doc. What are some modalities and modalities, Terry? Those are all the different types of treatments.
Yeah,
sure. You can
sure.
go for it's a fancy word. I don't know.
Yeah.
And the reason I know it is because I've had way too much physical therapy. But
let me cut you off. Let me cut you off, Pat. I know it from all my doctor and chiro friends and PT friends. That's how they get paid. They want to add up. They want to add up modalities. Ice is a modality. Hey, ice is a modality. Massage is a modality. Stem is a modality.
I'm sure there absolutely is a placebo effect. There can be, but Doc would know if there's some that there's evidence that this actually does help with acute pain or healing. I don't even know how you necessarily want to word that.
Sure, there's definitely science behind the things that they're doing in the PT office. The E-stem, something called iontophoresis. It's where you kind of put these pads on the skin, and they use this topical, like cortisone type of thing, try to get the anti-inflammatory action of the cortisone down into where it needs to be. Phonophoresis, that's the ultrasound that you kind of rub on, and they're the same way. Try to reduce inflammation. There's a lot of things that they do.
I know one that Terry would never do, the ice bath.
Oh, that's tough. Yeah. That is tough. Yeah. Hey, Doc, Pat just made me think of something, and obviously you've been a practicing surgeon for a long time. You've done this a lot with a number of patients. I'm assuming post-op, generally, you probably write pain scripts. Generally. For most of your work, which is normal. When your patients are coming back to you, and obviously you know what you wrote. You know what you wrote, refills, and first time, how many. Are you able to kind of tell which patients are doing their whole rehab versus leaning on the pills more by just asking them how many pills you got left? Right? I mean, do you have patients that go, he says do this on that. That's a lot of work. Stretch this, do that. You know what? I'm just going to gobble pills, and that'll be my rehab. Can you tell by the number of pills they're using if they're not doing their rehab the way they should be doing it?
Yeah, but it's not really by asking them how many pills they're using, because they can lie to me about telling me about how many pills they're using.
Right.
So, but it's a personality of the patient. You kind of pick up on that.
Okay, because I know I was really I don't have, when I went through my surgery not long ago, I don't have much of a baseline at all, but I'm aware of at times abuse of prescription pain pills in society. I'm aware of all that. Yeah. And I was really impressed with my surgeon when he got talking to me about what was going to happen, and then he wanted me to swallow the acetaminophen and the ibuprofen daily, multiple times a day when he told me.
Stay on top of that pain.
And not touch the whatever he gave me.
Oxycodone.
Codone. That was it. Yeah. He said, he made it sound like, man, if we don't even have to touch that, we would love not to touch that. It can be dangerous. Yeah. He said,
It can be.
Yeah.
It can be.
Yeah.
The way I typically do it is a lot of times the surgery I do, the anesthesiologist will do like nerve blocks, like for the shoulder or the lower extremity for the knee. And so they'll give the patient about 12 to 24 hours of pain relief. And it's kind of numb and numbs that area. But if you don't take anything before it wears off and it wears off, you don't know, well, then you're behind the pain.
Is it bad?
Yep. So, it can be really bad, depending on what we do. So I actually tell them to start taking the pain meds right when you get home from the procedure, and you take it kind of through the night. So you're ahead of it. You get your blood levels to that therapeutic point. And then once you know how much pain you're going to be in or not be in, once the block is worn off, then you have more control over it, and you can wean off of it a lot quicker. So overall, you use much less pain meds that way.
And Pat, unfortunately, knowing your history, you've gone through a lot of these situations we talk about and pain pills.
Oh, yeah.
Am I correct?
ACL surgery. I felt, that's when I learned that to be so true. You cannot fall behind that pain.
Is that right?
Oh, but it takes your breath away.
Oh, God, that sounds bad. Oh,
yeah.
Doc, am I correct when we're going to get off the pain pills, but I've learned so much during this procedure. It almost sounds like the pain medication doesn't really, I don't want to sound stupid, but sometimes you think when you take a pain pill, if it's the wrist, the arm, the shoulder, it's going to get in the body and go there and fight it off. It sounds like the pain medication really, it tricks the brain. It's a brain trick. Is that right?
Yeah. It is. Yes. It acts in the central nervous system to tell you that you don't really have pain.
Wow. Right? That's very interesting.
Yeah. But
it does go to pain sensors, nerve endings that are responsible for pain. But what happens is these pain meds are so addictive because they upregulate these receptors.
Yeah.
Right? So the receptors that it uses to attach to the cell to say that you don't have pain.
God, it's wild, man.
So the more that you take, the more receptors are going to be developed, and your body's going to think that you're going to need more pain meds.
Yeah,
and it's
just wild, man.
Vicious cycle.
That is wild. In terms of getting, what do you call it when you get hooked on them?
Addicted.
Thank you, Patrick.
Yeah.
When it comes to being addicted to these pain pills, and we hear that can be a big problem in our country. Is there a more susceptible age? Does a young person get addicted quicker, easier than an older, mature, or is it no factor age-wise?
No, I don't think it's a factor age-wise. I think they've looked at genetic predispositions, though.
Okay.
So there may be some genetic markers that have been tested for that can predict if somebody's going to be more addictive to pain meds or not.
Gotcha.
Because once the pain has really gone away, people that really seek out the pain meds, they're just trying to satisfy the addictive part, trying to fill those receptors that are empty.
Yeah.
And that's their body telling them, oh, I got pain. They don't have pain. They just have those receptors that are telling them that they should have pain.
Pat, you had one?
Yeah, I got a good one for you, Doc. So with your team at Southeast Orthopedics, and I think it's good for our listeners to hear, are there any times that you have to deny a patient of getting a replacement because you don't have confidence that they're going to be fully invested in the physical therapy.
Good question, man. Good question.
Because
it's not just for replacements. It could be for other things too.
Oh yeah, true. Good point.
Right? Anything that you're trying to reconstruct,
yeah,
or repair,
yeah,
or whatever. If the patient isn't invested in their rehab,
yeah,
they're not going to do well.
Well, I'll tell you this: my post-op is tomorrow.
Okay.
So I will not have seen my doctor until tomorrow since the procedure, and it's 1 day short. It'll be 1 day short of 2 weeks. I'm going to walk in there like I'm going to walk proud because I've done everything. I've done it the way he's told me, and I have seen the results now. I'm not going to say those first 4 or 5 days weren't tough, but no, I've done my wound care. I've done my sitz baths. I've done my medicine. I've done my keep the area. I've done it all, and I'm going to tell you, man, he told me, everything he told me was right. I'm telling you, this guy's gone through it before because those first 4 or 5 days were what it was. I've done all my pills I'm supposed to take, and, some of them are to help what I needed to help with, and I can't wait to go tomorrow. I'm walking in that office and proud because I did it.
Good job, Jerry.
You're an A+ patient.
And you know what? He looked at me and he told me, he said, everything I'm telling you, you need to do or you're going to pay the price.
Yeah.
And he told me from every pill,
Terry, you had 1 day where you were struggling. Could you imagine if you weren't doing any of the stuff? How much worse that would have been?
I missed that one show, and Doc, the show I missed last week, it wasn't pain induced as much as I had a throw up day. I threw up 4 or 5 times, and I could, your body. It felt like my body was saying, "Hey, man, we never take these many pills. It's been like 4 days." It's almost like my body said, "Enough,"
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of had a throw up day. And other than that, don't get me wrong, I've had painful days and moving around. But man, everything there's a reason you guys know what you know, man. That guy told me to do what I was supposed to do, and it'll make a bad situation bear. And it did. It made it much bearable.
There's certainly something to be said about following instructions, because there are many that don't and think that they should be better or think they know more. But we just try to help you.
Can you tell when they come back for their first post-op? Can you tell? Oh God, the way he or she's moving or what they've been calling your office. Can you tell? I think this person's been skimping.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah.
Probably the biggest one is going to be range of motion.
Yep.
One of his biggest indicators of because a lot of people, my sister's a physical therapist, and she says a lot of people just don't have that. I need to work through some discomfort, in order to get better kind of mindset, and I get it. My grandmother, she got both of her knees replaced at the same time.
Oh.
And she did not, and I'm not gonna say I don't blame her, but I don't think she had any idea what she was signing up for.
Yeah, my mom, rest her soul, before she passed, she got both knees done, but 6 months apart. I could not imagine her getting them both done at the same time. Helping her care and all. Oh, at that age, I couldn't imagine how bad that was, Pat, for an elderly person.
I don't do knee replacements any longer. I haven't done it in a long time. But back when I was doing them, it was a thing that maybe certain patients were better off having both simultaneously.
Right.
I think they're kind of going away from that.
Yeah.
But I'm not really in that realm anymore.
Yeah. Doc, last one. We've had a great discussion. Another Gator injury that popped up, had surgery on Monday. Today's Wednesday? Treyon Webb, kid from running back from Trinity, who's about third on the depth chart. They're expecting him to get a lot of carries. Supposedly had, and boy, this word sounds bad to me, ruptured, some type of rupture in his hamstring. But then reading about it, he had a procedure done Monday, and it sounded more minor in description than the word rupture. Am I being misled by that word? It sounds so bad, rupture.
Yeah, it's confusing because, and what I was trying to figure out what was going on, it's confusing me.
Okay.
Then you hear a word that says clean up. That's not really typically done
right?
for
Or a hamstring. I've never heard
injury.
that. A hamstring cleanup?
Yeah.
Now, it's either ruptured off the bone and you repair it back to the bone, and that's like a long recovery. You're talking about 6 months or longer.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like you come back the next month. Or it's treated non-operatively, and you have like a PRP injection or something like that.
Yeah.
To kind of help it heal. And so this obviously, to me, reading into it, it wasn't if it was a injury of the proximal hamstring tendon where it attaches to the bone on the sits bone, the ischial tuberosity of the pelvis. It's either not a full thickness tear, maybe a partial thickness, or wasn't in that location at all, maybe at the musculotendinous junction, but I had never done any surgery for that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. This is kind of weird.
Yeah, and then, again, a little bit like Dallas Wilson, the receiver we talked about, it sounds like they think Webb's going to be kind of running around ready to go early in the year. Yeah. Yeah, interesting. Now, sometimes, Doc, sometimes I think there could be things could get lost in translation. You get a athlete that's at a medical facility that gets a procedure. That all has to cycle back to a sports information department, right? And an SID or an assistant SID or a football communication or a Patrick Young or Terry Norvelle. We're not medical. I think sometimes a word can slip in or out of a release.
It's maybe lost in translation.
Yeah. I think a word or two could be slipped in or out of a press release, and somebody says rupture, and man, that might not have been the best word you should have said. 32-year-old non-medical sports information assistant.
As soon as I hear the word rupture, I'm like, dang, they going for the year.
Yeah. Right. That's where it got me, and I'm glad that Doc, at least you and I were kind of thinking along the same lines. Wow, good stuff again, Doc. It's been a quick-moving segment. We appreciate you, and of course, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Remember the Bumps and Bruises clinics right around the corner. Can you believe high school football be kicking off here
to start
before we know it, man? Before we know it. And again, Southeast
Orthopedic. Are you gonna be out any high school games, Doc?
Yeah, we cover a lot of the Clay County schools, so Fleming Island and Oakleaf and Ridgeview and the rest of them.
Fleming Island is across the world.
No.
It's across the world.
Right. Yeah, it's
Pat,
way down there.
We got to make a Friday trip out there, Pat, somewhere out there.
You drive?
I'll drive. My daughter's Orange Park grad. She graduates from Orange Park, so we had to go whoop up on Fleming. Well, not a lot. I don't think we did a lot. But
maybe back then.
Hey, that Clay County, that high school little area, that Ridgeview, Orange Park, Oakleaf, Fleming, and all that, they go at it pretty hard now. They take those games serious.
Yeah, they do. They've
Clay?
been down in the last couple of years as a county, though.
Yeah.
Some years ago, they had some powerhouses.
Doc, do you live in that area?
I do.
Okay, so it helps you cover those teams while you're in that area. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It really does.
All right, Doc, we'll let you go home. It's probably dinner time for you. Super job, as always. Great part of our show. I know Pat and I, we look forward to it every Wednesday, talking with that guy, Dr. Aaron Bates from Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. We'll take a break, come back. We'll talk some college football. Brent Beaird will help take us home. We got a lot of college stuff to talk about. Unfortunately, Brent may have some more information on some of these injuries. Boy, you hate these injuries this close to the season. Right. All right, wrapping up the final half hour when we come back. The Young and Norvelle Show on Action Sports Jax.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dynamite Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jags PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
It's been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jags PAL.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
There's a saying in sports, you can't win them all, but you can win a lot with good folks on your team. Like that one painter, First Coast. It's tough to beat the sun in Florida, so your home fades. It's tough to beat that HOA when they come calling. Beat the sun, beat the HOA with that one painter, First Coast. And it's a good time to do it. Less rain to work around and painting in mild temperatures is perfect. After all, the paint bonds to the surface so much better. Give that one painter First Coast a call at 904-417-3557 or look them up at first-coast.thatonepainter.com. Fast estimate, guidance on color and HOA requirements, and the highest quality job you'll find anywhere. Be a big winner in your neighborhood with that one painter First Coast on your team.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jax, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jax is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jax 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jax 24/7.
All right, let's get it on inside the final 30 minutes. It's been a fun show. Hope you've enjoyed the program today. I know Pat and I have enjoyed bringing it to you. I want to thank Dr. Bates and, of course, Casey Kurtz producing as always. Boy, that guy's smart, isn't he, Patrick? Dr. Bates?
Yeah. I wish we, I wish I would have known him sooner in my career. I would definitely would have had him help me through my basketball journey.
Yeah, and I tell people all the time, I'll run into people that are going through, man, I got to get my this operator and my that. I'll say, hey, man, I know a guy. I know a guy.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Dr. Bates. And
he doesn't do hips anymore, but my mom is going to go to the office to get her hip looked at.
Yeah. Did she hurt at one time, or is it kind of a cumulative thing, or hard to say?
It's a cumulative thing, I believe. I think, there was 2 or 3 years ago, my mom was into power walking like crazy.
Yeah.
Like, put the same song on the whole time she's walking. And she'd be moving. And I think, my mom, Benita Young, knows how to overdo it. And from back then, I think her heel, it's been on and off, whether it's her labrum or whatever. But yeah, she definitely needs to get that thing figured out.
Oh, man. Goodness.
It's muscle. I don't think it's a bone issue.
Yeah. We probably won't get deep into it, but Major League Baseball, we've got Brent coming on, and we'll run out of time. But did you hear the deal last night? The guy for Arizona, Gurriel, he hit a pitch.
Yeah.
Mason Miller delivered a pitch to Gurriel.
104.
It was like 103.9, and dude hit a home run about 439 feet. off 104 miles an hour.
I'm surprised it didn't go further than that.
I know.
Am I the only one that's not understanding that?
Well, I guess angle too depends, what the angle was. But if that doesn't tell you the old adage, well, you know what? I don't care how hard you throw. If you throw it in the middle of the plate and they see it enough, they're going to hit it.
Yes. Oh, without a doubt.
104, basically, he threw it in, and it went out. I don't know. Did anybody see the exit?
How much time do you have to see that and swing?
No, you're starting that swing as the ball's still, you start your swing, the ball's still in the hand, man.
That's the thing, though, Terry. When you know a guy throws that hard, like Paul Skeens, and I'm not saying this is easy by no means, but, like, you are expecting fastball a lot more often.
Oh,
because that's their signature pitch. They're trying to just fan you with their flamethrower.
Yeah. You wonder too, is there a point? Most pitchers want some run on the ball, particularly their fastball. They don't want it to go straight. But you wonder if you keep throwing it harder and harder, are you going to take away the run? Because the ball doesn't have time to run. It's in the catcher's, right?
Yeah, no, you're right.
Have you? I'm not so sure that the biggest story in baseball right now is not the collapse of the New York Yankees.
The Yankees, yeah, man.
I mean, they are upside down. They got shut out last night 2-0 on 2 hits. 2 hits. They've lost 5 in a row. They're 6.5 out, and they're barely hanging on
this morning, Terry. And he made a great point. Like, Mad Dog's got his segment where he gets angry, and he described how Aaron Boone put this same guy in twice after he had already blown the game and didn't take, it made no sense. I think his name's William, the reliever.
Okay.
He literally, the game before, gave up a double or whatever lead they had. Or at least he gave up the lead, but Aaron Boone could have pulled him sooner. And then lather, rinse, repeat, brings that guy back in. And and Mad Dog talked about him. I mean, there was a lot of they had other options.
Yeah.
This guy just didn't have it and gave up another win as well. And it just seems like Aaron Boone is really not doing his best right now.
Did you see, in case you can help us out, the other day, it was after the trade deadline, and the Yankees went out and grabbed 3 guys for the pen. And Casey, was it the first Yankee game that all 3 guys got in? And they got in back to back to back, and they gave up 9 runs.
That's correct. They gave up 9 runs. They blew the game to the Marlins, and then one of them got sent to AAA.
Did you hear that, Pat? The 3 of the guys they got at the trade deadline to shore up the bullpen, the first time they ran them in the game, back to back to back, they gave up 9 runs. Can't do that, boys.
You absolutely can't.
Here's another thing. When it's going bad, it's going bad. They get the Yankees, they get Stanton back, right? And he's been hitting the ball. He's got nearly 10 home runs, I think. He's been hitting the ball, but my God, the other day they had a highlight. He can barely move. Casey, you talked about where you're going to play Judge, and you're like, well, DH. Well, where are you going to play Stanton if you're trying to get his bat? If you can't DH, I mean, have you seen him? He looks like who's the big first baseman that just retired? Angels.
Albert Pujols.
You remember Pujols? His last year or two, he could barely run.
Right.
I know, right? He did not look. He looked awful.
And here's the deal with Stanton. I mean, they're talking about letting him play a little bit in the outfield. He can't play anywhere in the field.
I know.
Casey, where's he going to play?
I mean, they're not concerned about errors. They made 7 last week. So
I guess you're right, man.
They're not worried about that. But that's what I was saying to you when the Judge thing, they can't do anything but DH Stanton. So
because they're handcuffed with him because you'd love to have Stanton and Judge, but I mean, Judge, he's got to play in the field if you want to play Stanton because Stanton has to be your DH.
National seating
and then Casey, if the Yankees do make the playoffs, if you're in a tight game, gosh, by the 6th inning, if you're in a tight game, you got to say, when do we run for Stanton? Right? I mean, the guy can't score in a gapper.
No, about as early as possible, for sure.
I mean, it's 2-1 in the 6th. If Stanton gets on, you got to run for him, don't you?
Yes, absolutely. If you need that run, for sure.
God almighty. Looking around real quick before we get Brent on, I think Brent's just about ready. Some things that are standing out. Don't look now. The Red Sox, they will not go away. They've won 7 in a row. They are 3 games out of the division and right in the middle of the wild card. This hasn't happened in the NL East in a while. The Phillies have carved out a 2.5-game lead. Boy, that's been a fun race. The Phillies and the Mets all year long, but the Phillies don't look now. They've got a 2.5-game lead. Milwaukee. Casey, did you see where Milwaukee's at right now? Up 4 on the Cubs. That hadn't happened all year.
Milwaukee's scary good, man. They don't give up any runs.
Yeah, Casey's been saying that. Milwaukee is scary good. Told you about the Yankees. They've lost 5 in a row. The Yankees.
Can't get past those ugly behind uniforms.
I know. That logo is bad. The Yankees are 6.5 out of the division. They're not going to win the division. They're only a half a game up on the final wild card. Texas is chasing them down, them being the Yankees. We'll get to Brent one quick second. Trying to see what else we got baseball-wise. We're going to get those stats out. That's about everything right now. We'll go over. I've got the contenders and kind of the wannabe contenders, the rest of their schedules. I want to go over that a little bit later in the week. Hopefully we'll get to that as we welcome Mr. Brent Beaird, talk some college football. Brent, a little bit of an injury epidemic down in Gainesville. Dallas Wilson running around in a hard cast below the knee. Reports kind of make it sound not that serious. And then Trayon Webb goes through a procedure on Monday. With a hammy, it sounds like some of those reports say it's not real serious, but it's that time of year, man. It's hold your breath season. Hold your breath season.
It is. Greetings to both of you.
Hey, buddy.
Now Webb, we understand he had to repair a hamstring. Man, that can't be easy, can it?
No, you wouldn't think.
But
my life, Brent.
Yeah. I kind of wondered with that how difficult that would be now. Eugene Wilson out, but Aiden Mizell is in a non-contact. But the good thing is, guys, again, Jane Baugh is doing okay. He was in non-contact. I think that was more precautionary than it was anything else. But I mean, to Terry's point, and it's a good one, this time of year, you're just going to have so many nagging injuries. Yeah. As long as it's not something that's going to keep you out half the season or the entire season.
So Baugh's 1, Jackson's 1A. They love what they have. But I'll tell you, in modern football, high school, at least college and above, you need 3 running backs. You need 3. Katie Daniels will get bumped up. They like him a lot. But he's got little to no experience. But, man, I tell you, your depth chart is only 1 injury away, isn't it? It really is. It is. One injury away. Brent, I thought you had we had a nice discussion yesterday or the day before. Might have been yesterday off of your note that you sent. And Pat, I think you and I talked about it. I know Casey and I did. The SEC came out with their average ticket prices. And it was interesting. And I'm not here, and this discussion's not to bash programs. I get it. They want to charge what they want to charge. What I took from it, the high numbers of tickets, and you gave us. What I took from that is, I think we are seeing the death of the fan in the stands, meaning a whole lot. And where I went to explain that, Patrick and Brent, I get the fact that 50,000 fans paying $95 a ticket, that's a nice number. That's a nice number. That's not an obscene, grotesque number.
Yeah.
And I get that fan that spent $95 on the ticket, he or she's going to spend another $60 on food and drink, and maybe another 20 or 30 on memorabilia,
maybe
parking. So here's the deal. I think what we're seeing is the gross number that you could put on the head of a fan. You say, okay, Brent Beaird going to a game, he's going to bring in gross, he's going to spend $225.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
And that sounds fine times 50,000 fans. That's a nice number. But Patrick and Brent, I think the problem is that's a gross number. I think what you're seeing are these programs and these professional teams, they're going, wait a minute. To get that $225, we also have to take out concession workers are helping him. And parking attendants we have to pay for. That has to come out of that $225. And security in and around the stadium.
Yeah.
A little bit of that has to come out. And toilet paper and hand towels count. That has to come, right? So when you take the gross net, I think what we're starting to see the beginning of is that ass in the seat is going to be a little piece of sand on the beach compared to what we want their eyeballs, not their asses in the seats. I would rather have their eyeballs because I'm going to make hundreds of million off their eyeballs than that 225 gets knocked down to about 100 because you got to pay all those little ancillary things to cover that fan in your stadium. I think the fan in the stadium is going to start dwindling in the future.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. And when you're looking at now, Georgia and Texas are more the exception than the rule to a degree. I mean, Georgia at $277 for home tickets per ticket, Texas at $273. But Terry and Pat, here's the thing that bothers me with this is the average SEC ticket price, how is this possible, is up 49%.
Yeah.
Now, I can see 19, I can see 9, I can see 25.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's up 49%, which is $132.
I wonder if they're including in this, Brent, that Tennessee was the first one to do it, that 10% talent fee that they've been added to tickets.
Maybe.
Yeah. Now, A&M was only SEC with cheaper ticket prices. Now, South Carolina is the biggest year-to-year increase. Good night. This is incredible. South Carolina's the ticket increase was nearly 200%. Wow, that's unbelievable. But I mean, guys, look. I mean, we all grew up with parents taking us to the game, and things like that.
Yeah.
My concern for you two is, aren't we pricing ourselves out?
Well, well, see, that's exactly where I was going with my dissertation a moment ago. Is I think the powers that be it the TV people, be it the programs, be it the owners, I think they're starting to look at John Q. Fan.
Yep. Yeah.
The guy that I just described that spends $225 a Saturday to go to his favorite football game, when they start taking out what it costs, they go, we're not making $225, we're making about $100 because we got to pay security, we got to pay toiletries, we got to pay park, right? We got to pay attendance. I think where it's going is they don't want a bunch of $225 John Q. fans in the stands times 70,000. I think if you went to the owners and the football schools and you said, if we can make this happen, would you rather have your traditional 75,000 people in that stadium and you're netting $110? They're spending about $225, but you're netting about $110. Would you rather have that on the average $95 ticket, or would you rather have 20,000 mega lazy boy chairs in the stadium, not 75,000, but 20,000 because they're big? And the chair can recline, the chair can order, the chair's got computer. Now, those 20,000 that you can squeeze in there, they're going to be sold to people that can pay $5,000 a game. but they get to sit in an air-conditioned, climate-control, right?
Yeah.
They're getting their massage done. What I think that's where it's going. They're going to say, we want, and then we'll make our money on the eyeballs of the guys that can't come to the. We want those people watching at home. We don't have to pay security. We don't have to pay toilet paper and hand towels. We don't have to pay parking attendants, but we get their eyeballs. They can't afford the $5,000 lazy boy seat in the. You see where I'm going?
They would save a lot of money. They would save a lot of money.
And I'm being ridiculous to make the point.
Yeah.
But that's where I think it's going. I think John Q. Fan doesn't have enough coin in the pocket for them to be worried about in the future.
Well, but where is the television money going to offset some of that?
Yeah.
Or is it? Now, the TV money, particularly when they go to 16, and that may not be next year, but it's coming.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time. But when they've got 16, they can get TV to certainly go up in the prices of what they're going to pay them. But I mean, guys, I don't want to sound, well, it's really not ridiculous, but I mean, if the three of us want to go together and we want to, I mean, frankly, guys, are we going to be able to afford going together in 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years?
I don't think so, and I don't think they can either. But I don't think they care because the eyeball money is so enormous.
It is.
There's too much. There's too much because you think about it. When you invite a fan to your stadium, you're paying a lot for that fan to get there.
Sure.
You're not making that 100% ticket price. That price is getting cut a bunch of ways.
Right.
The security cut, as I went over it, the security cut, the paper products cut for the hamburger you buy, the toilet paper and hand towels in the bathroom, the parking lot attendants, that gets cut a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And I think they're going, why are we wasting all that to make peanuts on John Q. Fan ass and stands? Let's have them just stay home. We're going to get their eyeballs to make the TV people happy.
Yeah.
But if you want to come in our stadium, it's going to be an ungodly experience, and you're going to pay for that out the nose. You want to pay $5,000 for a seat? We're going to give you 5,000 reasons to pay $5,000.
Well, but at some point, though, guys, does that backfire on these teams?
Maybe.
Because even as good as they are, they're not going to the playoffs every year.
Every year, yeah.
And by the time they get to November, are they going to be dealing with, 40,000 people in the seats instead of 70 or 80?
Now, their comeback is going to be, the experience is going to be so freaking incredible. The scoreboard's going to be secondary. What do you mean?
Yeah.
I got a foot massage in my special chair while I was watching the game. I was trading stocks in my special earphones and screen while I was watching the game. I was by buying one of these $5,000 seats. I'm listening to the coaches talk on the field. Maybe the experience is going to blow them away so much. We lost. Who cares? I'm being served caviar and champagne.
Sure.
I don't know. It sure seems like that. Now, when I say we're going there, I don't know how long it'll be, but it sure seems like if there's not a stop, that the average fan is just not going to be in the stadium anymore. And economically, it may not make sense for the owner, the school, to try and court the average fan. It costs too much, to get them there.
Well, but I think with this going on, what we're going to see is we're going to see more fans doing these ticket package things, which are probably it could be anything. It could be a couple of non-conference games and a couple of conference games or something And I know we're getting short on time, but look, this is going to be a battle in it, guys.
Really is.
And I'll tell you what part of what this is going to do, if you're a fan, you live in Gainesville, you're going to more softball, baseball, or basketball games, I think, than your football games.
Good point. That's a good point when it comes to brass dollars.
It is.
You may say, folks, honey, we gotta watch the Gator football game, but we can go to the Gator basketball or baseball game or softball game.
I mean, Pat, does that make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, if you've got a family, is that where that family money is going in a few years?
I think so. Yeah, more than likely. Yeah.
I know, guys, and we got 1 minute. We'll get out of here. You know, as y'all know, I've done some part-time work down at the arena quite a bit. So I've worked a bunch of shows. I've worked a bunch of games and a bunch of shows, a bunch of concerts over the last 3 years, a bunch of shows. I can't lie to you, man. I'll walk around the arena and you look at the prices inside, and I'm not picking at our arena or Jacksonville because it's standard.
Sure.
My God.
Yeah.
My God, how do you afford to take a date?
Yeah.
A small family, a large family. My God, are the prices. And I'm not that removed. I'm not, a hamburger should be $1.25. I get it. I get it. But my God, the prices. All right, guys, we're out of here. We'll do it again on Friday. Thanks for your time. We'll get back together Friday with Brent Beaird. We'll get together tomorrow at 4 o'clock for the next edition of the Young and Norvelle Show.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jags PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
This has been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future,